So coming up on one of my first stops, and it's gonna be this lake over here. I don't know if you can see it through the trees. There's the river flowing down. You can get a better view of the lake. Yeah. I would go scrambling over all that wood, but yeah, I'm not good at scrambling right now. I'm having a hard time just standing still. And I left sticks back in the Jeep. So. You'll have to take my word for it. There's a lake over there. So just clambered out of Ruby. Got a closer look at the lake, I think. Here's my gal. Oh, there's somebody fishing out there. Look at that view. Somebody's kayak. There's just up there is where I was earlier. Geese are having a squabble about something. It is nesting season, so they're a little more aggressive to which one's the bigger bird and has the better nest. You sure are noisy. Well, I think I'm going to go back to Ruby and grab my coffee. It's the first coffee of the day. Been up early, got up at 6, so this is way early for me. So this is my first stop on my fifth attempt to get up to Ross Lake. And the first time I came up here, it was COVID. And because you cross the border, there's an unmanned border crossing up ahead. And the lake, Ross Lake, straddles the border. So part of it's in the United States and part of it's in Canada. So during COVID, of course, they closed the border, which meant you couldn't get across. So I drove all that way for nothing. And then I tried it again, and then there was snow. So I got about halfway up that time and gave up because, you know, I'm by myself and I didn't have tire chains and stuff like that, or winch or anything. So I thought I'll give it a rest. The next time I came up, it was, they had huge floods and most of the road was just washed out. And it's taken them 2 years to get the road back, build it back. A lot of people got stranded up here, all their motorhomes, RVs. They just had to leave them, abandon them. They couldn't get up. Only motorcycles could make it up because, like I said, there was no road. It was just all gone. So they reopened it a couple of months ago. Oh no, a couple of weeks ago, sorry. And I thought, I'm going to try it again. But as you saw in the video a couple of weeks ago, they had blocked off the road because they were still doing a few minor alterations and changes. So yeah, so this is my 5th time. I think I counted 4 other times there, yeah. So hopefully this time will be the winner and I'll make it all the way and actually see what the hell is up at Ross Lake. Although this is pretty cool too. This is Skagit, Silver Skagit Lake or Silver Lake. I'm not too sure what it's called. Just over there is where that kayak was. And there's Ruby and my thermos. So I'm gonna go get my coffee and enjoy the view. People keep asking me why I haven't moved to Mexico yet, and this is one of the main reasons. Check this out. That's my view right now as I'm just having my morning coffee. And this road is no Jeep road. I mean, check this out. You could drive a Corvette up here. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but if I was younger, I probably would, because I'd be stupid. But yeah, it's nice to get out in the Jeep. But yeah, this is a road anybody could just drive up, and this is about half hour from my house. So yeah, well, Mexico is very nice and everything. I'm still enjoying this right now. Guess I should take up fishing like those guys. That looks exciting. Those damn geese. many stops. Another stop with the same river. Or I guess it's a creek, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if I mentioned it earlier, but when I was driving up, there was 3 deer crossed in front of me. And in the words of the immortal Sean Kirkpatrick, if I'd only had my camera, you would have had an awesome shot. I didn't have the camera turned on yet, so we missed the awesome shot of 3 deer crossing the road in front of me. There's the river, and look up, some pretty nice cliffs. We'll be back there. Just know that in the good old days, back when I had my balance still, I would have been scampering all over those natural log bridges. So it's kind of dusty looking because 2 huge dump trucks just drove by. But, you get the idea. The thing I like about this road is everywhere you pull off, there's tons, hundreds of little campgrounds. There's no hookups or anything. You just put your fire in the pit, camp beside the river. There's a big one over there, a big fire pit. Usually you get a few RVs in that lot over there. But look at this view. And it's all free. All you got to do at camp here is just be first person here. It's Thursday right now, and the weekend's starting tomorrow, I guess. But I've never seen this much traffic on this road before. And I've been up here a few times trying to get up to the lake. But yeah, I'm amazed at how many cars have been blasting up here. Everybody's trying to find the perfect spot and then camp out for the weekend. They'll park a car, park a tent, and then they've got it for the weekend. You can't beat all that for free. So just driven off the main road there. Just thought we'd go down here, have a look, see what's at the end. Well, that's not too far. Like I said, just another campground, free campground if you want it. Somebody's even left some wood for you. A little babbling brook to put you to sleep every night. You see lots of mosquitoes though. I don't fancy spending the night with those bastards. Well, I was looking for somewhere to sit and have my lunch, but looking at all these mosquitoes, I don't fancy getting bitten while I'm eating. Man, there's swarms of them. Oh, back in Ruby, off to better parts. So just driven off the main road there. Just thought we'd go down here, have a look, see what's at the end. Well, that's not too far. Like I said, just another campground, free campground if you want it. Somebody's even left some wood for you. A little babbling brook to put you to sleep every night. You see lots of mosquitoes though. I don't fancy spending the night with those bastards. Well, I was looking for somewhere to sit and have my lunch, but looking at all these mosquitoes, I don't fancy getting bitten while I'm eating. Man, there's swarms of them. Oh, back in Ruby, off to better parts. If you see the deer up ahead, just that logging truck's gonna scare them away. Well, there were deer in the road, but I think that dump truck, logging truck scared them all away. Let's wind the windows down, see. Man, it's dusty. Maybe one of them will be having a look. No, I think those deer are long gone. Oh well, that's sick. So I guess I must have gone over a hill because the river now is flowing the opposite direction. It's going in the direction that my car is traveling, whereas before it was going the other way. So check this out. I don't know. Do I dare climb down there? The things I do for you people. I'm gonna try climbing down. Jesus. Well, don't I feel like an idiot? I've just been stumbling down this hill, and the log that I put my hand on at the top had a piece of string on it. I could have used that to help me down. I'll definitely use it going back up. Oh, man. Whew. That is quite the bend in the river. I don't know if you can see Ruby up there. I'm going to try and climb up there. Using the string, of course. See, I'm back. On second thoughts, that string don't seem very stable. I'll use my hands and feet. Now I know how Edmund Hillary felt getting to the top of Everest. Oh, good God. I need to work out or do something to get back in shape. Back to Ruby. It's a semi-nice view. Could be all the trees there, but I am not climbing down there. Well, I was going to climb down here and get some better shots for you, but yeah, it looks a little more dodgy than I thought at the time. Yeah. Yeah, I could see myself getting hurt real bad on those rocks falling. But yeah. Maybe I'll go down, I'll put sticks down and see if I can clamber down. That's a little better, but I have no balance. And that's why they call it beautiful BC. So I got stopped a way back, about a mile back. The construction guys were there, and the road kind of blocked off, single lanes, so I had to wait for a while. And the guy was telling me in this area here, there's some guys came up from Washington State with they brought some gold with them, and they bought up a load of land out here, and then took the gold nuggets and salted the claim, and word got out, and this place boomed. Apparently there was 3 huge towns all in this area, and it took off. It was bigger than Barkerville. I don't know if anybody knows about Barkerville. It's a big mining town, well, gold rush town in the interior of BC. But yeah, can you imagine all this pristine wilderness here, and there were 3 huge thriving towns in here, and there's nothing left of them. There's a few foundations apparently, but I'll have to look that up when I get home and maybe do a trip out there and see what I can find. Meantime, the hard part's going to get back to Ruby here over these boulders. Yeah. Oh. Here's the same river I was at a few minutes ago from a different vantage point. Look at that, eh? That's some beauty view. If I get bit by a rattlesnake after all this, I'll be really pissed off. I can't believe I've made it all the way to the lake. 5 attempts. The 5th one was the charm, I guess. I'm walking across this brush, but it's just like thatch. Yeah. I think I'll head down that way. Apparently the water comes up here when the reservoir is full, but it's not full right now, so it's low water. So, my luck. Back to Ruby. She's back there through the trees. Just so you see what the Whoa, that was deep. Whew. Solid land. It's a nice little spot to camp. And there's Ruby. You just kind of make her out between the trees. Well, I don't know whether to have my lunch now, since there is a picnic table sitting here, or keep moving on. Look at that, nice little picnic table. I think I'll hold out for a better view. This one, not quite good. So I'm not too sure what the deal with this campground is, but it's massive, and I'm the only person here. Just crazy. I don't know whether it's closed. Well, no, it's not closed, because I just came through the gate and there was no gate. As you can see, there's nobody around. I got my choice of spots, and I think I found one to have lunch at, but because I'm greedy, I'm gonna try and go a little farther and see if there's an even better view. But this is not bad for a campground. Got the fire pit, picnic table, nice area for your tent or trailer or whatever. Well, look at that view. You can see all the stumps. So those were all trees at one time. Well, duh. And they lopped them off and filled it all up with water. It's a reservoir. And for some reason, because of the drought, they said they're going to let the water run low. It seems to me that if you're expecting a drought, you'd want to keep the reservoir high so that you've got water in the summer. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy in a Jeep. Well, should we see if we can find a better spot? I'll pack up my lunch. Well, I think I found the perfect spot. So I'm gonna grab my lunch. And head out. Get sticks. I'm feeling lucky. I'm gonna leave sticks in the Jeep. Check out this view. Nice babbling brook to lull you to sleep. I've got my paddleboard. If I had more energy, I'd put the paddleboard in there and see where it goes. But maybe next time. One of the best $5 I've ever spent. Portable seats. Ham sandwiches and a V8. So lunch is done, and this is the Canadian side of the lake. So it's basically, I don't know, it's about 15% of the lake or something like that is on the Canadian side. So next stop is going to be the US side, which is just down there. So all that is the United States. So I'm going to jump back in Ruby and head across the border. It's the first time I've been across the border since the tariffs came into effect and knocked the price of gas too expensive for me to go to the States for. So for those of you who are thinking about heading up here and taking advantage of all these empty camping spots, take a look. Just nothing here. So the name of this camp spot here is number 36. Oh, I guess there are people coming because there's a reserve sign on it. 36 and 37. 36 is certain, lucky 36 and lucky 37 if you're coming up here. That's where I had lunch. Oh, but you know what? I should have kept going because look at now I'm campsite 40. That's the cat's ass for camping spots. So now we're camping up here and at the provincial campground. I'm gonna reserve number 40 and 39. Pull over and give a spin around. Wow. Just get out and have a look. This is a playground for the kids. Look at the mountains behind. I don't know what that is over there. And I'm assuming over there is a boat ramp, boat launch that's dry right now. But if the water was up, that would be where you get in, take your boat, drop it into the lake. That's not there. Look at that view. Wow. Is Ruby approved? Oh, that sucked. I saw a dark shape over... Oh, there. See the cubs? There's a bear cub and a mom in there. That's a lot of stumps. It's hard to look at this and see like a lake full of power boats motoring around. Only that's what they do when the water's high enough. This is the boat launch. Yeah, it's not a great dock for boating yet. Can't even fathom how much water they must like back up into here if this is all, like if this is where you put your boat in the water right here. Well, the fifth time was the charm, I guess. I made it all the way to Ross Lake. This is, I believe, in the United States where I am right now. Although I didn't see a boundary sign. So I'm gonna go check the iPad, just make sure I am where I am. Well, sound like Popeye there. I am where I think I am. Because it could be that I'm supposed to be over there somewhere. But I shall consult the map. But all in all, I'm glad I made it finally, after all these tries. What a beautiful area. I'll definitely come back. Especially if I've been thinking of buying a trailer, so if I buy a trailer, I'll definitely come up here. Even maybe just tent with the tent on the top of Ruby. So apparently, after consulting my Gaia map, I am not where I thought I was. See, this is why they never found the Northwest Passage. They probably had somebody like me in charge. But apparently, that little thing right there, I don't know what that is, but I believe that's the border. But I'm going to drive around. There's a road that goes down, and it does go quite a ways down that way. So stay tuned. So I think I'm on the road to the US, but I'm not. I think I'm on the road to the US, but I'm not positive. This is where I saw those bears earlier. But I guess the guys in the US haven't come up to maintain the road. Either that, or I've totally cocked it up and don't know where the hell I am. But I got the camera ready, just in case. Steering with my knees, because that's what you gotta do. And I got my eyes peeled for a bear and her cubs. Oh, shoot. Well, that's a bugger. I can already see the sign that says road closed. So I've been thwarted. My fifth time. Here we are, the international boundary. Well, bugger. See what that sign says. I think I see a no Jeep sign. I don't think I've ever seen something like that before. Gotta be careful when I get out because there are bears. Yeah. So I think down there you can sort of make out a little thing down there. I think that's the international border. The sign for the border. The post. Yeah, it's a bloody shame. Well, story of my life. Well, as Wallace and Gromit would say, it's been a grand day out, even though I didn't get to where I was going to go. And I wonder if I put the paddleboard in, if I could go down that river, I'd end up at the US spots there. Because I think it's just the road that's closed. I don't think there's any problem being in the United States on this side. Although you never know. I certainly don't want to end up in fucking go for a little boat ride and end up in where the hell they say, El Salvador. Yeah. So let me show you on the map where I am. And I'm just over the line in the United States. So I'm gonna back it up, turn around, and head back to town and get the house cleaned up, ready for the open house on Sunday. I'll probably stop at a few spots on the way, get some more shots, but yeah, that's basically the end of the trip. So I thought you'd get a kick out of this. I currently have Ruby straddling the border. You could see up top there, that's the little marker of where the border is. And this is the international boundary. Right now I'm in the United States. Now I'm in Canada. Standing right between, the border's right between my legs. That's kind of cool. Oh, I'm gonna whip out my camera and take a picture of that marker up there. Just so everybody, because it's hard to see with the GoPro. So I was here earlier, and it wasn't until I came back down the road that I realized what the hell I was standing on. But one of the first times I came up here, there was a bridge that went right across there. I'll include the photo in but yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a bridge right here. That would explain all this stuff here. So I'm pretty sure I got a photo of that at home somewhere. I will it's crazy that those floods just did a number on everything. You see the kind of force that can lift a tree like that and just throw it around. Well, what a shame. I guess if I win the lottery, I'll pay to have it replaced. That's the anchor points there. So yeah, just go right across. I guess there's no getting across the river now unless you float. Ruby don't float. I swear there was a deer there a second ago. I took a couple of photos, but it's so dark I don't know whether it'll turn out or not. So use this. I don't know whether it'll turn out or not. So use the super telephoto. But yeah, we'll see. size of this massive tree that got washed down the river. That was one of the big areas that got washed out a couple of years ago that they've had to redo. So this is where that cute little stream becomes a little more rugged. You can see behind me, I'm back to pavement. There's a river that I've been following basically all the way up to its source, now all the way back. Definitely time to get home. And my last cup of coffee for the day. I'm beat. And just down there a little ways, this river flows into the Fraser River and then heads to Vancouver. All in all, a grand day out. Now I'm heading home on the highway.